Yes, yes, what's going on, party people? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little cheeky little Manchester United news update for you. A roundup of all the latest goings on at this great football club, or once great football club, hopefully great again in the future football club. But we've got all the latest going on for you, so we'll give you the rundown today. We'll let you know what's going on, what's been going on. It's been a quite quiet few days, really, but there is some new information coming out, and we will cover it. Guys, how you doing? Thank you for waiting patiently for us to get going. The Vutinator, Rush Marno, Sing Games, Reaper King, Simon Almeida, Cool Homies, and everybody else who's in here as well. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Do us a favour at the start of this show. Smash a thumbs up on the video if you haven't done so. Drop a like. Give it a share around on social media. That helps us out loads. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and get yourself involved in the live chat, everybody. Have your say. It's a fully interactive show. We will be getting in and out of the live chat throughout, so do get yourself involved. Hey Bonzo, United Forever, get in there, legends. So let's talk about the biggest news of the day, really, guys, which it looks like Manchester United are imminently going to announce that Bruno Fernandes has signed a new 5-year deal. So reports coming out this morning from Fabi Romano suggesting that it's done. Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United until 2027. Here we go. Reports from him last night, of course, as well, that it was pretty much going to be wrapped up. So, of course, Bruno Fernandes got the brace against North Macedonia for Portugal, sending them to the World Cup. Get in there, my son. Portugal are my second team at the moment because they've got a good, few good United players in there, including the Don Cristiano and Bruno and Dallo. So, always very happy to see them there. And also, it's just nice. Ronaldo is getting on, isn't he, guys? Ronaldo's getting on. This is going to be his last World Cup, really, unless he's such a specimen that he can still play for his nation at 41. I wouldn't put it past him, but yeah, this is pretty much going to be Ronaldo's last foray into the World Cup. So it's fantastic that Portugal got there, and it's just great to see Italy bottle it out in the previous round as well. Get in. So anyway, so there you go, and this is what Fabrizio tweeted after that game. He said 2 key goals for Portugal, World Cup secured. Then Bruno Fernandes will fly back to England in order to sign his new contract with Man United. New deal until June 2027 has been fully agreed, set to be signed and announced in the coming days. And then, of course, at 4:58 a.m., Fabrizio Romano giving us the update. 4:58 a.m. Does this guy never sleep? He's kind of like me, to be fair. I was up at that time too. So Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United until 2027. Here we go. Get in there, my son. Fantastic news, to be fair. Look, okay, you can argue it's a little bit strange maybe to get this done right now because, well, in the summer there will be a new manager coming in, or maybe even before then. I guess he's, really whoever it is going to want Bruno Fernandes. Let's be perfectly honest, he's a top draw player. So really it's about getting him tied up, getting him happy, getting him secured for another 5 years. But at the same time, it does seem a little bit strange just because we don't even know who the next bloke in is going to be managing the side. Does he want Bruno? Listen, Bruno's a class player, like I just said. I'm sure Ten Hag or Poch or whoever it would be, hopefully Ten Hag, we'll talk about that in a bit, will of course want Bruno Fernandes. So it is good news, whichever way you look at it. Some people might, I've seen a couple of people on social media being like, well, what's he really done this season for Manchester United to warrant getting a huge new contract? I mean, his statistics are not actually terrible this season, but if you just look at what's happened since he's been here, he has been a leader. He has actually been a Manchester United player. He's been somebody that's sort of given the full passion to the badge when he goes out there of his effort levels. It doesn't always work out. He's not always putting in perfect performances week in, week out. Certainly this season has been erratic. It's been a poor season from everybody involved, really, more or less, apart from 1 or 2 players in this squad. So you have to say that it's nothing special for Bruno to be poor this season compared to what he's done in previous years. But we know what a class player is. He's fucking world class, and statistically, take this season out of it, he's best in De Bruyne up until last season in terms of stats and stuff. This season, Manchester United have struggled, and he's struggled as part of Manchester United as well. But he's still a classy player. I'm buzzing about this news. Fucking come on! Bruno Fernandes is a Manchester United player. He's the sort of guy like on and off the pitch, family man, dedicated, seems like a nice guy, committed as hell on the pitch, passionate as hell on the pitch, fiery as hell on the pitch. Shows a little bit of guile, little bit of bottle, little bit of anger. I like it. I'm all about that. I want to see passion from our players on the pitch, and Bruno Fernandes, to me, fits in with exactly the sort of player we should be trying to get. Hey, we got a super chat here from Gungshi. Gungshi, thank you very much for getting in here raw, sir. with a super chat, lad. Thank you, mate. He says, happy for Bruno, our Portuguese magnifico. He deserves a higher salary. Gangshi, thank you so much for the super chat there. Very happy for Mr. Bruno. Can we all get a sue in the chat there for Gangshi for the super chat? Thank you very much, Gangers. Great, yeah, absolutely great comment, mate. I mean, and also, like you said, that sort of leads me on nicely to the next point I was going to make, Gangshi, about, you just said happy to see him get a better salary. Well, we've got some reports to say. I mean, obviously, we don't know exactly what sort of salary or new contract that he signed, but we've got some reports to say indicating that his wages have essentially been doubled. So he was on 130,000 a week. So it's around about 250,000 a week that we're expecting he's going to be being paid now from Manchester United. There are reports coming out that it's £200,000 a week. Listen, who knows? There's different reports. Some say 200, some say 250. I think it's fair to say it's between those two figures. And in terms of what he deserves, in terms of like parity with players in the squad, he should be on 250k a week all day or all week. You know, he should be on it because this man is very important for what we're trying to do. He has been since he's come in that January window, a couple of seasons ago under Ollie, since he's come in, he has been our best outfield player. I think it's fair to say. Now, maybe not this year, of course, but certainly the last 18 months before this season, he was actually our best player by a country mile. So fully deserving of the wages, fully deserving of the increase. He's 27. This is going to be his big contract. We're tying him down from the ages of 27 to 32. That's his prime. So he needs to be rewarded well for playing in his prime, obviously, for a top draw player. So it's absolutely, he deserves it, and he deserves more, if anything, because you look at some of the other players that are in our team, such as Paul Pogba, and how much they're on, and you can argue that Bruno Fernandes deserves to be paid more than Paul Pogba. But it's not all about that. There is a brand aspect that comes with it, and I get that, and it's and a seniority in the squad, and I get all that stuff. But Bruno is absolutely worth £250,000 a week. Let me ask the live chat, guys. Listen, we don't know exactly what he's being paid, but what I want to ask you is, how much do you think Bruno Fernandes is worth a week to Manchester United? Not what you think, we will give him, but what you think he's worth. Like, what do you actually think he's worth to Manchester United? I mean, he's worth 400 grand a week to us, isn't he? I personally think we're getting a good deal at 250k a week myself. Like, you look at some of the other players, Ronaldo's on God knows what, Pogba's on a huge amount, De Gea's on 350. Okay, De Gea or 300. De Gea definitely earns his money. But so does Bruno Fernandes. Let me get into the live chat, though, and see what you guys are saying here. I'm not suggesting Man United should pay him 400 grand a week, not at all. I'm just saying, what is he worth? Like, as a top player right now, if he was to be put on the transfer market, I'm sure there would be a host of clubs willing to line up and pay huge money for him and give him a huge money contract. So I think he's worth a lot. Hey, Ellie, how are you doing today? Great to see you in here. Paul Story, Palmerius, a lot of legends getting in here. Thank you for joining, guys. Talk MU as well. Yes, get in there, you legends. Footboy Brownies in the gaff. Hello to you, mate. Thugger says 200,000. You what? Josh Lee says 230,000. Scott Hutchinson says 200 and 250k. Hey, Football Brownie makes a good point. He says the wage structure within United is crazy. No wonder they don't have player harmony within the camp. So true, yeah. Like I've said a couple of weeks ago, like if you're Bruno Fernandes looking around that dressing room, maybe not now if they've given him a new big contract, but if you're on 130k a week and you've got a serious role to play in the squad and you're doing that role and you look to your side of you and you've got Paul Labille Pogba there on 350 grand a week doing out, then yeah, that could cause some issues, as it did with Ander Herrera when he was here. United refused to pay him 250 or whatever it was per week. Okay, maybe that was too much for Ander, in all fairness. I can understand why we didn't. But he can justify wanting that if he's looking around, and there's players like Alexis Sanchez at the time who were on 400, 500 grand a week. So yes, I couldn't agree more. The wage structure has been a big problem at this club for a while, and we do have to get that in check. I think it should actually, the order should re-establish itself pretty well after Pogba leaves in the summer. Because I think it's pretty certain that Pogba leaves. We don't know that for sure. United could just sort of cave and not wanting to lose an asset like that for free and pay him the money. They could. I doubt it, though. So I think once Paul's off the books, the only player that we'd have on astronomical money then, well, would be Ronaldo and De Gea. And Ronaldo's justified because of who he is and what he's done and how good he is. And David De Gea is justified because of his seniority and also who he is and how good he is for Manchester United as well. It's a crazy amount for a goalkeeper, but he does earn it, you have to say. So, Yeah, so that would, I think, after Pogba's gone, it sorts the contract situation out. If Bruno's then on 250,000 a week, it then sets everyone else up well to be like, hey, listen, mate, listen, Slabby Mcguire, mate, how dare you come in to have a contract negotiation asking for a dime more? Because, you know, if better players are on, you know, huge amounts of money more, then, or if, you know, if similar players to you are on huge amounts of money more, it doesn't make sense. But I think it will sort itself out after this summer a little bit more. But anyway, 200 to 250,000 says Scott Hutchinson. 180 grand a week says Danny Hoagie. 450 a week says Reaper. 200 a week. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys really understood the question. I was asking you, what do you think he's worth to Manchester United? Bear in mind, there's people who we've paid over the past, like Alexis Sanchez, fucking 500 grand a week, dudes. Anyway, that's fine. 200k a week's what everyone's saying. That's cool. That's about what he's going to be paid. Somewhere between 200k and 250,000. Yes, indeed, Jordan Lewis, there will be FIFA tonight, sir. Hey, we got a highlighted member comment from Josh Lee. Josh, lad, get in. Mate, thank you for supporting the show for 9 months. Can we get a hashtag 9 months and a love heart in there for Josh Lee? He says, much love, Piggo. Mate, thank you so much, Josh Lee, for being a channel member, supporting this show for 9 months. You're an absolute legend. Everyone, get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in the live chat there to celebrate Josh Lee's membership. Thank you so much. Hey there, Ethan. And we've also got a whole bunch of other legends in here too. CJ's Bullies, Dilly Hill, Dante. How you doing, boss? Fozzie Ozzy. I just want to say hi to a bunch of legends. Ben Roper, another channel member legend. Right, so Bruno, guys. Sing Game says 200k for Bruno, but none of those players should be paid more than 200k a week. Oh, well, it's supply and demand, isn't it? Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what it is, really. Like, they do deserve to be paid that because of the market dictates that. I hear what you're saying. I mean, there's no reality in my mind where a nurse should get 16 grand a year and Harry Maguire should get 180k a week. There's no reality on earth that makes sense where that should be the case, but it is the case. But I see what you're saying. Hey, we got 46 likes, says Rushmano. Nice one, dudes. Everyone smash that like button. Let's see if we can have a Bacon Brigade like spike and get 100 likes on this stream. It's been a while since we've done one, actually. It's been a few days. I've been melting, not been too well, and just feeling gash, so haven't really got on, and plus there hasn't been too much going on, really, so I don't like to fabricate stuff when there's not too much stuff going on. So, but here we are with the latest news. It looks like imminently Bruno Fernandes is going to, sign, well, he has signed it, apparently. This is what Fabrizio Romano is indicating, where he says, here we go. Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United sign, until 2027, here we go. So that's insinuating that it's all done and dusted here. I mean, he never usually says something like that unless he knows the information is done. So, yeah, that's fantastic news. Brilliant news. And we're going to need this guy over the next 5 years, aren't we? So it's a 5-year contract, 2027. So essentially, we've extended it for 2 years, but we've doubled his money. That's what it is, and it all does make sense. Keep the player happy, keep him committed, get him signed up for the best years of his career up until he's 32 here, and take it from there. So we've got him until 2027 now, which is excellent news for us. And the new coach is going to come in. I'm sure we'll relish having Bruno Fernandes in the squad. So, yeah, very good. And as we're talking about for Manchester United-style players and people who can maybe be a talisman for us for the years to come, he is that sort of guy. What's this crap that's playing on my thing? You can't hear that, can you? Some Roy Keane, Gary Neville crap. What tab is that on? Let me turn it off. I think that's got rid of it anyway. Okay then, guys. Well, I'm just going to get into the live chat real quick. We are going to have the Q&A at the end, as we always do. But I just want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, what you think about Bruno, what this means, the future, etc. Get your thoughts and opinions in real quick. We're going to jump in, see what you guys are saying. Primot, yes, mate. Glazers out. Get those shithouses out. I agree always. Never forget. G-Wolf United says he now needs to prove his worth now, Pig. Last few months, he has been poor, dude, says G-Wolf United Gaming. Yeah, that's true. As has literally everybody in the squad apart from maybe 2 people. So, I do get what you're saying, G-Wolf. Yeah, I personally don't blame Bruno Fernandes for the struggling season that he's had. I think it's just been one of those seasons. He himself as an individual overall has not performed to the level that he knows he can. You can see the frustration on his face. The same is going there for Cristiano Ronaldo too out there as well. You look at Cristiano Ronaldo, you look at the frustration, you look at the qualities he has, he can do better. Maybe it's the team, maybe it's the tactics, maybe it's the system, maybe it's the weird season, the fact that we had Ollie, the fact that we sacked, now there's a new man coming who's just a substitute teacher. it's a strange situation. So yes, I agree with you. We have to see more from Bruno Fernandes, but we will see more from Bruno. This has just been a gash season for all concerned. Come on now, this season's been a write-off season. Everybody's been poor. The best players from last year turning into dust this year. People like Luke Shaw. I mean, Luke Shaw was absolutely unplayable last year for Manchester United. He was a phenom. Bruno Fernandes, you know, we had some really good performers last season, and they just haven't really been able to replicate it this year. But I'm not worried about Bruno because he's got the right heart, he's got the right passion, he's got the right, qualities. He is a quality player, and we just need to stick with him. I honestly think when the new coach comes in, we can start to progress. I'm not expecting to see huge consistency from Bruno between now and the end of the season, in all honesty, because we've got to get a new coach with a new system, a new style, and get going in the right direction. At the moment, it's just we're stagnating. We're in some weird phase where there's not really any progression that can take place. Whatever we do now is just in a different direction, probably, to what the new manager would be taking anyway. So, you know, individually, yes, he does have to perform. I don't ever think it's a case of Bruno Fernandes' effort levels. The guy's out there busting a lung, working his socks off. You know, recently this season, it's been erratic. His passing has been poor compared to what it was like, giving the ball away a lot in the final third and stuff like that, turning over possession. He's been guilty of that way too many times this year. But you have to say maybe the system is not helping. Maybe the system's not helping Bruno Fernandes shine. And we have had to adapt and change a little bit with Ronaldo coming in. He's had to take more of a second fiddle. He was the penalty taker. You know, he was the main sort of guy for 18 months at Manchester United. And when Ronaldo's come in, well, that mantle's been taken away from him. And so, therefore, he's maybe psychologically suffered a little bit as well. That's fair to say. But I do think that Bruno Fernandes is a seriously class player. And it's just a matter of time before the guy gets firing again, and consistently too. G-Wolf, Rajon says the food today is just getting ready to work. Other than that, I'm fine. United forever. Thank you very much. He says, smash the like button. Hell yeah. It means Ronaldo will likely stick around, says Parallel Sons 1. Yeah, another factor in whether or not Ronaldo sticks around, though, I think, in regards to Cristiano real quick, is Champions League football is going to be a big one. Now, this is the guy who loves the Champions League. He loves scoring goals. He's the all-time goal scorer in the Champions League. He's got a seriously limited amount of time left to be playing in the Champions League. If we don't get Champions League, I could see him maybe wanting to leave. He has got a 2-year contract at Manchester United. I think there's another option of a year as well. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, he loves the club, but if we can't give him what he needs for the vital part of the end of his career here, where he can add to the statistics and just cement his legacy even more, I don't think he's going to be 100% happy, especially if he's playing in the Gash Europa League. I mean, come on. Cristiano Ronaldo, even at 38, is better than playing in the Gash Europa League. So it does depend on what Man United do between now and the end of the season as well. Jonathan, yeah, I mean, he says 400k a week is a bit too much, big. Do you think, Jonathan? I mean, listen, I'm not saying what Manchester United should pay him. I think you misunderstood what I've said. I've said, what do you think he's worth? Now, bear in mind, Pogba's on 350, right? You know what I mean? Is he better than Paul Pogba for Manchester United? Yes or no, guys? Over the time that Bruno's been here at the club, has he been better than Bruno Fernandes? Sorry, has he been better than Paul Pogba? We all know the answer to that, guys. It's yes. So I'm talking about justification, like from what he's actually worth, what we're paying Pogba, what we've paid players like Alexis Sanchez. Of course he's fucking worth that. The fact of the matter is he's not worth it to the squad right now because, well, we're not going to pay him that. He's not got the huge sort of the same huge brand that somebody like Ronaldo does, or the same legend. He's got a place in the team that's he's got a pretty senior place in the team. He's only still been here for a couple of seasons. Like, his position of negotiation was coming back from the position where he's on 130 grand a week. Remember, he was over at Sporting getting paid peanuts compared. Then he comes to United on 130. That's a big step up for him. But still, compared to what he's actually worth, it's nothing. Nothing compared to what he was actually worth. So now, but from that position where he's negotiating his contract from, well, it's not a very strong position. If you're on 130k a week and you're signed up until 2025, well, he should feel pretty damn fortunate that he's got 200k or 250k a week contract, really. Even though he is definitely worth more than that to Manchester United. It's like, wow, we already had him signed up for 3 years. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. They were never going to pay him a huge contract improvement like 350 or 300 or something ridiculous like that. But I'm just saying what my opinion is I think he's been worth more to Manchester United than what we've paid a lot of gash players over the recent years. Yeah. All the best, Talkham uses Flabby G. Maybe Poch is better qualified to deal with these big egos than Ten Hag, says Robin. Maybe. 300k or 350 max, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, well, he won't even get anywhere. He won't even get anywhere near that. He's going to be getting closer to 250, 200k a week, somewhere in that region. But I think, yeah, he's worth more. I'm glad you agree that he's worth a lot more than that, really, because he is. He's been brilliant for United since he signed. Maybe not this season, but he's still had his moments. Right, okay, I'm going to get into the next sort of topic then, guys. I've got a little bit more information here in regards to Erik Ten Hag. So there's a little bit of chatter there about Ten Hag, Poch. I can see in the chat already whether or not Pochettino might be better at getting these prima donnas performing. I mean, Pochettino's got a bigger, what's the word, I guess, reputation within England because he's managed in England. He's managed Spurs. He's got them to a Champions League final. We had them, contesting top 4 every single year. But, does he really? And he's obviously dealt with prima donnas galore at PSG, which is, I guess, what you're alluding to, the fact that he's having to deal with some serious prima donna meltdowns. It doesn't get any more mercenary or any more prima donna than those guys over there. Crikey, all you've got to do is look at Neymar funny and he rolls around crying on the floor. And a lot of those other players there are mercenaries or prima donnas. So it is difficult to get them all performing, especially in a farmers' league when the opposition is just so weak and they're expected just to win all the time. It's kind of is a bit of a man management job, right? So I get what you're saying about Pochettino. He's used to doing that. Yeah, but he just doesn't inspire me with what he's done in terms of winning things or in terms of just having that extra ability to take us to where we need to. Now, Ten Hag also is sort of unproven, but he has got, Ajax far in the Champions League before. He has got, trophies. They may not be all that meaningful because it's in the Dutch league, no disrespect, but he has got trophies, he has got some experience, and he has actually got Champions League experience as well. Like, in terms of progression, where he can take Manchester United, that's what I'm excited about. Right now, it's hard to really make a case that Ten Hag is a more experienced or more, desirable coach than Poch, because Poch actually has done some good things in his career. He's proven it, in the Premier League, Southampton, Tottenham, and now managing PSG, obviously, doing pretty bang average. But he is obviously quite a good manager, and he's got that Premier League experience. But then Ten Hag has the potential to go on and do some amazing things, and he's got a little bit more Manchester United fibre to his fabric, I think. You look at what we need. We need a manager that is comfortable and happy to sort of bring youth players through and develop them. That's what Manchester United should be about. That's what we've always been about. We should continue that. We have been a team that always develops their own youth players. So Ten Hag, when he's over at Ajax every single year, obviously Ajax are recruiting youngsters from up and down the country, and they bring them through because, well, they lose a few of their players most seasons as well. So, like, their top players that they've produced over the last few years, whether it's De Jong or Van der Beek or whoever, they always fucking end up somewhere else. So it's like they can't keep hold of their best players. He's developed these guys to the point where they're epic players, they're really good players, and they're ready to take the next step up to being truly world class. But his frustration there is that, well, when they get to that level, he can't keep hold of them because Ajax just doesn't have the money. It doesn't have the league there is not there. The system is not the same as the top leagues in the world. And so for that reason, they just cannot compete. So it must be quite frustrating from Ten Hag's point of view to have a scene in Ajax, but it also has proven and made him over the years developing new talents, recruiting new talents, developing new talents, constantly bringing youngsters through, constantly improving the side in that way. And so that's what really excites me about Ten Hag, because for a long-term vision of this football club, we've got a lot of great youngsters in the youth setup that could maybe go on and have great careers. But we've fallen into that sort of that trap of just buying players all the time, go and get 75 million Lukaku rather than blooding a youngster or something like that, giving an opportunity to somebody else. You can create some really fantastic players at Manchester United from the youth players we've got if you give them game time. Problem here is we're turning into like Chester City or whatever, where we can't bring the youngsters through because we're expected to play Slabby Mcguire on 180k a week because he's getting paid that because of his reputation, even though we might have a better option at the back there, with somebody else coming in, So it's just frustrating, isn't it? Mengi, Mengi's a youngster. He could have gone in there and played more this. In fact, I'm pretty sure if Mengi had started all the games that Mcguire started this season and he wasn't out on loan, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have done any worse. I mean, I could be wrong because Mcguire is, a senior player. He's, he's obviously got good history in terms of what he's done, like with England and stuff, which we'll get onto in a bit actually. But yeah, come on. It's like Ten Hag has got the ability to maybe give some opportunities to youngsters, keep that Manchester United identity going where we do develop our own players. But anyway, so the reports are. Hey, hang on, sorry, we got a super chat here. I missed it from Man United Hodge. What's going on, bro? He says, hey brother, I'm not even really excited about Bruno re-signing because this season has been gash and nothing to be excited for, man. Okay, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. It is a write-off of a season. All I'm happy about is that Bruno Fernandes is happy and committed, and we've got him for 5 years. We already had him for 3 though, right? So we already had him wrapped up till 2025. So this is no major news. This is nothing huge. We still had the guy, but it's just that he's getting double the money pretty much, and we've added 2 years on. It's a 2-year contract extension is what's going on. So yeah, I mean, I totally get it, Man United Hodge. This isn't really that exciting, but it is good that we've got this good player for us wrapped up, and he's going to be here till he's 32 years of age at the least. I'm happy about it. I'm sure the next manager who comes in will be quite happy about it as well. But I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, this is just a complete write-off this season, mate. It's been the gashest season for a long time, for a very long time. But anyway, Sky Sports and various other outlets reporting that United have been informally gathering information about Erik Ten Hag, such as what compensation figure Ajax would be expecting following his interview for the permanent managerial vacancy. So, positive talks took place last week. Ajax granted permission for the formal discussion to take place and have not been, getting in the way of the process whatsoever at all. But a source close to Ten Hag and the Dutch club has suggested that dialogue has taken place over the financial element, as well as how to handle a possible announcement should the process progress that way in terms of timing and presentation, given Ajax are in a tight title race. So that's going to come into play. They're in a tight title race. Does Ten Hag want to stay here? They obviously stay there to the end of the season as well. That's another factor that's probably going to happen. But we just don't know. It could be announced sooner rather than later as well. Maybe get him in early, get him to work with the players before the next season's going. I doubt he would want to give up, the season in the Eredivisie, though, at this stage. But you just never know. That's where the compensation package is going to come into place. Because he might not want to, but if the deal is good enough, then of course he can step aside. I'm sure. So United, but also in regards to what Ajax are getting, the compensation package for them, it has to be right for them too, is what I'm saying. So so we have to wait and see what's going on with all candidates in terms of how much he wants as a sign-on fee, how much Ajax want as a compensation package, etc. But it's progressing. There is positive talks going on there behind the scenes between Ajax, Manchester United, and Ten Hag, etc. in regards to him coming in and being the new manager. So that sounds positive, guys. Oh, my goodness me. Sources close to Erik Ten Hag and Ajax say that the dialogue has taken place over the financial element. Right, guys, I just want to talk about this real quick before we get into, the manager stuff. Let me get rid of that real quick. So I just want to talk about this very quickly. So did you see this? Harry Kane tweeted, yeah? Little bit of slab on slab action. So I haven't talked about this because I haven't done any vids in the last couple of days, but obviously Harry Maguire got booed for England the other night when he was in the lineup before the game, right? Harry Kane yesterday tweeted this. This is the slab protecting the slab, by the way, isn't it? Bit of slab on slab action right here. I always call Slabby Kane, always call Slabby Mcguire. It's the slabs sticking together. Anyway, he said, we've worked hard to rebuild our connection with England fans in the last few years, so to hear Harry Maguire booed at Wembley before kickoff was just not right. The fact that he's been brilliant on the pitch and given us all so many great memories makes it even harder to understand. He doesn't deserve that reception. He's got full support in the changing room and should have the same from every England fan. Guys, in the live chat, agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree with Harry Kane on this? Me personally, I fucking massively disagree with the Slabby Kane here. This is my opinion, right? Every single person, every single fan who's paid the money to be in that stadium has got their right to voice their fucking opinion. If they think that guy's not fit enough to start for England, then that's their fucking opinion to voice it, right? And they should be able to voice it. Oh, boo-hoo, Gareth Southgate after the game, sad about, his players getting booed, sad about fucking man the fuck up. How about after Beckham got sent off in '98 World Cup against Argentina, they're fucking burning effigies of him in the fucking street, and he's coming back and he's got to deal with that, man. Cristiano Ronaldo, after getting Wayne Rooney sent off in the fucking World Cup or whatever, coming back and getting absolutely roasted every single week. Abuse. Fucking, you got to man the fuck up. Deal with it. It should be the making of Harry Maguire, this. It should be the fucking making of him. This is the least you've got to deal with. There's people who are getting abused, dealing with abuse in a fucking retail branch, doing a job for fucking £8.75 an hour or whatever the fuck it is. Mate, minimum wage is higher than that now, but still. You know, it's ridiculous. Take the criticism. The criticism comes with a job. It's always come with a job. You're lucky you're not getting fucking missiles thrown at you every single week. If you're playing in a different league or in a different era, that would be the case. These players have gone absolutely soft. Gareth Southgate is a soft Pizza Hut baghead manager who's mollycoddling his players. You can't say boo to a goose now. They're all a bunch of fucking snowflakes, guys, in this modern era. I don't understand it. Fucking boo, boo. Oh, he's shite. I'm sorry to say he's shite. Yeah, he has been good for England at the World Cup. He was good for England at the Euros. In fact, for England, you can't really fault his performances. But everybody with eyes who's watched him play for Manchester United this season knows that he's absolutely fucking bang-effing shite. And so everybody has got their right and entitlement to boo the twat at the start of the fucking game if they think he's not fit enough to start for England. There you go. Pisses me off. So just wanted to mention it because it really grinds my gears. These players these days, they're a bunch of soft cash merchants. Okay. That's my opinion. Gunshi says, Pig going off on what? Sorry, but, it's so fucking annoying. The Foodinator says, well said, Pig. Thank you very much. Griffo Chaz says, I boo every time he comes on screen, but I don't see Mrs. P tweeting out in the support of Pig, says Griffo Chaz. Griffo, good one. You 100% agree, Caleb Gamer. Fair enough. Well, I totally, I don't know if you agree with me or what I said about Harry Kane, but that's my opinion on it anyway. I think, God almighty, has it really come to that where you can't boo? You can't boo a selection? I'm sorry to say, but Southgate, I think, is a weak manager. He's done a great job with England, getting them to where they got to, but I personally think he's quite a weak manager. You know, he's set in his ways. He likes his players. You know, he's contradictory of himself. He said, oh no, Sancho's, there's players ahead of him. He's got to be doing more, even though Sancho's actually been performing really well. And yet Harry Maguire gets put in there no matter, regardless of form for his club. So, he's a contradictory melt. He's done well with England. I can't fault his achievements and his actual finishes that he's got in the last two major tournaments. But I still think that he's just a complete moddy-cuddler, soft melt. There you go. Exactly, Mount. Southgate is a yes man, isn't he? Hey, Rushmano, get in there with the highlighted member comment. He's been a member for 28 months. Hey, Lily Gamer, how are you doing as well? A lot of legends getting in here. Sorry if I missed any of you. Rushmano, he says, I'm not sure, but I think Pig isn't keen on Harry Maguire. Hey, thank you very much, Rushmano, for the highlighted member comment. Let's get a hashtag 28 months. Thanks so much for supporting this show for 28 months. That's mad. 8 months away from 3 years, baby. Thank you very much, Rushmano. What a legend. No, I don't like Harry Maguire. I don't rate him at Manchester United, but it's not even about that. It's not even about that. It's not about my opinion of Maguire or not. All I was actually saying is that, everybody's got their right to voice their, as a fan. If you're a money-paying fan going to the stadium, you've got your right to voice your opinion. I see what he's saying. Get behind the nation. Get behind the nation. We're playing a bunch of fucking gash friendlies. Like, he's been doing shite. Especially if there's a Manchester United element within the crowd, they're going to have their say. I don't want to see him play because I don't think he's good enough. It's as simple as that. So nobody's going to be happy about something they disagree with. Yeah, Southgate's the reason we lost the Euro final, says Hammerhead. There you go. And now it's about that World Cup semis as well. Not being funny, but yeah, okay, Croatia, good team. But you actually look overall, the depth of the team. Yeah, they got Mandzukic, Rakitic, Modric, some absolute worldies, right? Some good players. But the depth of England's team at the time, way better. We fucking bottled that semi-final of the World Cup in 2018 as well. You know, I don't care what anyone says. That was our best opportunity to get into a World Cup final ever, man. We bottled it. We did well to get there. Barry Mcguire. Hey, we're nearly at 100 likes, guys. Thank you, everyone. Keep smashing that like button. We are 24 away. Do drop a thumbs up if you're just getting in here. It's free. It helps boost us up and compete against the clickbait merchants and the corporation channels. So do us a favor and smash the like on it. Give it a share around. That helps us out. Nate H, thank you so much for getting in here with a $5 super chat. Nate, he says, checking in from Minnesota, eh, Piggy? Get in there, my son. You betcha. He says, Mcguire is lucky he doesn't play professional sports in this country where booing is a regular thing for athletes. Booing's always been a regular thing for athletes here, though, Nate. That's the funny thing. That's why that's why it so triggered me about Gareth Southgate's comments, because it just shows the world's gone fucking soft. You know, you can't say anything to these modern day players. I agree, Nate, like over there, crikey, you know, yeah, there's abuse coming at you left, right, and centre at most of these games. Certainly think about the 1980s, guys. That's a bit before my time, but I've watched a bunch of different football. The 1980s is a horrible, dark period of football in this country, right? For like hooliganism, racism, all various things like that. I'm not saying that's good. I'm saying it's terrible. But crikey, this is a walk in the park compared to those days, man. You know, there's bloody hell, there's people getting blown up in Ukraine, and Slabby Mcguire and Gareth Southgate and Harry Kane and these guys are getting a little bit sad that their teammates getting booed. Oh, fucking hell. Nate, thank you very much. I couldn't agree more, though, that it's just gone completely soft, bud. Don't get you started on Southgate, says Mr. Arsenal Podcast. No, please do. Please do get started on this, Mel. Rushmano says, I think Mcguire is decent, but he needs the armband taken off him. It's a mental block thing. I'm sure it is a mental block thing. Mental block, breeze block. Breeze block on the head, mate. That's what he is. No, fair enough, Rushmano. You just used the word there. Decent. Exactly, he is decent. He wouldn't be decent. He couldn't be decent if he's doing a good job for England in the World Cup and the Euros. Like, Southgate's right in one respect. For England, he's always done really well. You can't argue with that. I've said that many times. I'm not giving a toss about England apart from at the major tournaments. I'm talking about week to week at Manchester United, though. That's what this channel's about. That's what we're talking about. That's where our passion is at. Yeah, when the major tournaments come around every couple of years, I'm big time supporting the nation. But in regards to who should be selected, surely the club form and club play and all that, the week to week in the Premier League and all whatever league you're getting the player from does make a huge difference. He said it himself by dropping Rashford. He said there's other players that are obviously ahead of them. Rashford's not been playing well. Well, Mcguire's in the same boat. So why is he getting opportunities? But he is decent. He's absolutely decent. He's a decent player. He's a mid-table player. I fully agree. I think he's a decent mid-table player. He would be doing well at a club like, West Ham or Aston Villa or someone like that. Like, he's a decent mid-table player, but he's not a top-tier player for Manchester United. He's not a Nemanja or a Rio. And certainly, as you've just said, Rushmano, in terms of being a captain, well, he needs that taken off of him, firstly because he doesn't deserve it, and he's not good enough, and he's not a good enough leader, and there's better candidates in the squad. But also, just because for his own good, maybe, like you say, the pressure's on him just to help him. Maybe if we actually took the armband from him, you might see a slightly improved Mcguire, because the emphasis to lead and have that extra added pressure is taken away from him somewhat. So I think that is a smart move. At least take the armband off him if you're going to play the guy. Thank you for subscribing there, C. Tandy. Appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Nice one. Thanks for getting in there. Big God Bob, he says, is Southgate even good enough to be a Premiership manager? No, he's not. What the fuck has Southgate ever done in the Premier League apart from get shitty Middlesbrough relegated, lad? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. What? Hang on. Actually, who else has Southgate managed in the Prem? Somebody might correct me, but I'm pretty sure he's just managed Middlesbrough and got them fucking relegated. That's what we're dealing with here, Big God Bob. Footboy Brownie says Mcguire wouldn't get in Cardiff's team. Now, Brownie. We know that's we both know that's not true. He'd be first name on the team sheet, sir. No, I'm just kidding. I see what you're saying, though, and I appreciate it. He's a shoo-in for Kettering Town starting 11, though, isn't he? Not sure if it's breaking for all. Premier League set to allow 5 clubs. Yes, absolutely, Flabby G. Thank you for letting us know. I was going to get onto that in a moment, but absolutely, seeing as you mentioned it there, 5 substitutes next season. It is being stuck with. So this is what the news is. The Premier League confirmed that the clubs can use 5 substitutes from next season, subs to be made on 3 occasions during a match, with an additional opportunity at half-time. Premier League also confirmed summer transfer window will open on June 10th and close at 11 p.m. on September the 1st. So those are the confirmations there by the Premier League today. Absolutely. Thank you for letting us know. So 5 subs next season. Yeah, at this moment in time, there's still a bit of this lingering COVID guff around, isn't there? So, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. It's the same for everyone end of the day, whether it's 3, whether it's 5, it's the same for each side. So it shouldn't really matter. Right then. So, let me just get onto a couple more points that I've got here. So, by the way, shout out to, speaking of managers, shout out to Ruud van Nistelrooy. Come on. PSV Eindhoven appoint former Man United striker as a boss from the 2022-23 season on. So in the summer, after the summer, he's going to take charge of PSV. Come on. It's fucking awesome. He says, it was always been my dream to be head coach at PSV. I wonder if Ruud van Nistelrooy can be anywhere near as good a manager as he was a player, because, wow, talking about one of the best strikers we had. So, yeah, that's great to see him. His first foray into management. He's not had I don't think he's had any coaching experience up until now. Certainly not like a major league club. But this is his first opportunity at PSV. So that's great news. Bring back Roy Hodgson, says Bailey Mancy. PSV Eindhoven to appoint Ruud van Nistelrooy. Right, Fabrizio Romano gave us an update earlier on as well, or yesterday it was actually, that just said Luis Enrique is understood to be only focused on Spain, nothing else. He's a lot of admirers in Man United board, but it's described as more than complicated. There is no other position that I want more than to represent my country in the World Cup in Qatar, he said. So almost ruling him out of the run-in, but not quite. Obviously, money talks and bullshit walks. But I'm pretty sure he's going to stay on at Spain for the Qatar World Cup towards the end of the year. So pretty much a 2-horse race, I think, now between Poch and Ten Hag. Let's just ask the live chat then. Who do you want to be Manchester United's next manager? Let me know in the live chat. Who do you want to be United's next manager? Erik Ten Hag, Poch, or maybe somebody else? Let us know in the live chat. Do have your say real quick. We're going to cover this Ten Hag stuff real quick, then we're going to move on to the next topic. Okay, 83 likes, says Rushmono. Get in there. Keshav says Southgate was never a winner. All he won was an FA Cup with Borough. That too in Championship. And yet he speaks like he's a World Cup winner. Maybe when he sees Mcguire, he remembers himself. Keshav Chandan saying, nice one. I could just picture him and Mcguire after they've got us knocked out the group stages of England doing a Pizza Hut ad campaign where they reinvent the Pizza Hut ad from all those years ago with Stuart Pearce and Gareth Southgate. And they've got Harry Maguire and we're getting Gareth Southgate sat at the table with 2 paper bags on their heads, except slapping Maguire's as an XXXL one. I could definitely see that one happening. So I agree. Ten Hag, says Scott Hutchinson. Thank you very much, Fred Smith. Good luck, Rude, says Kingslayer. It does matter as it means the richer clubs have getting unfair advantages. They have better benches. Bring it back to 1 sub, says Footwear Brownie. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually a good point. I didn't really think about that. So from that point of view, I guess it does. I guess it does. I guess it would have an advantage for if you're Man City and you've got extra depth and extra quality in depth. I suppose it does make a difference. Didn't really think about it from that avenue there, Football Brady. Yeah, well, 1 sub. I mean, when did they even bring subs in? For a long time ago, it used to be bloody no subs. So, yeah, fair enough. I don't know about that. But 3 subs is the magic number, isn't it? 3 is the magic number. But right now, you have to remember as well, this isn't still an ordinary situation. Like, there are still people who are being ruled out for games weekly or quite regularly with COVID and shit like that. Like, that does happen at this moment in time. So, because of that, they're still giving it another season. I don't think this is going to be permanent. I think they're just doing it for this 1 more season. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong there. What does that mean, Griffo Chazlad? Someone who's going to change the game, says Bailey Mancy. Neither Poch or Ten Hag, says Jonathan Gallagher. Ten Hagis suits us better than Pocahontas. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Royal Doom. I think so too. Stylistically, how his team likes to play. Maybe we could play with a nice 4-3-3 formation and get at teams. He's got experience within the Champions League as well. I like how his Ajax side, I really like how his Ajax side played in the Champions League this year. Because I watched a lot of their highlights. I didn't watch their games, but I watched a lot of their highlights just on the Champions League Roundup show and stuff every week in the group stage. And it looked like they're absolutely smashing fools up and doing really, really well against other good teams. So I think that bodes well for the style of how Manchester United should be going to go about things. And if you look at who we've got in our side, we do need to improve certain key areas, but we've actually got a decent set of players to pull that sort of thing off. I think like a good 4-3-3 system. Oh, that Harry Queen's... Oh, thank you very much for that. Sorry, yeah. Harry Kane's twat still on screen. Hey, sorry about that. 0793, thank you so much. Says one sub makes no sense. If you make a tactical change and then get 2 injuries. One sub doesn't make any sense, but three does. I mean, it's old school, isn't it? One sub, that's the thing. Players get injured now. You want to keep 11 on the pitch so it's a fair spectacle. You wouldn't want to ever get to the situation where, you know, you've got one side with 2 injuries and it destroys the game. So I totally understand. You should have 3 subs. But 5 at the moment is the number. Oh, Griffo Chaz, let me give you the magic powers, mate. Oh, shit. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Wait. Unpin. Let me just give you the magical powers here and you can add it up there, Griffo Chaz. Oh, shit. Rushmano with a £50 super chat. Holy crap. Rushmano lad getting in there raw, dude. Thank you so much for the £50 donation there, mate. You what? Get in there, Rushmano, mate. Come on. Thank you very much. He says, it must be Ethereum. No, sorry. It must be Erik Ten Hag. We need new ideas and bed in new coaches. Poch is stale, in my opinion, and lost his way at PSG. Yeah, if there was anywhere where there was going to be an interview process where we're deciding who's going to be our new coach, it's like his time at PSG is poor. They might be really far ahead in League One, but you would expect them to do that with the squad they've got easy. It's a Farmers League after all, right? But in the Champions League, they bottled it. In the domestic cup in France, they bottled it. It's like he hasn't done himself any favours for the conversation of convincing anyone that he's the man to win trophies at Manchester United, has he? So, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Poch is a stale old melt. Ten Hag is the future and has some good progressive thinking, some good development of youth players. You know, I think he's definitely somebody that can maybe match the ethos of Manchester United closer. So, I agree, but Rushmano, thank you so much. Can we get a massive super chat emoji in there for Rushmano? What an absolute legend. Thank you so much for the support there, bro. Get in. 3 subs is about right, says Ulf. Yeah, I'm with you. I find it hard now to raise spirits with United, says Sin Game's heart's broken. Oh, Sin, I hear you. Well, this season's over, mate. Like we've discussed many times, this season's a bag of gash. There's nothing to say from this season, mate. It's a stinking pile of gash. Finish it, please. Get it over and done with. Let's move on to the next. That's why I'd love us to get Erik Ten Hag in now, because regardless of what happens, it doesn't, we don't have to think about, we'll let Rangnick do what he's doing and try and pinch top 4. Well, no, I mean, it's unlikely at this stage anyway. But at least if you've got Ten Hag in, he's going to be able to judge the players he's got in the side between now and the end of the season. He would be able to, just get a slight head start on next season. That's what we could do with. He could decide, I want to keep this player. I want to give this guy a chance. This player that I thought actually before I came here was no good for me. Actually, he's working really hard. I like his attitude. I like him. He's doing well. I'm gonna keep it. Just things like that can pop up, that can happen. If you were in there a little bit earlier, is that likely to happen? I mean, I personally don't think so, because he's still got an opportunity to win the Dutch league over there. It's near the end of the season, of course. So I personally don't think so. But you never know. There's talks of compensation packages between the clubs, and Erik Ten Hag may want to come in early if that opportunity is there. And maybe try and snatch top 4 for us as well. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but there you go. Hey, nice one. We've got a new article on the website, guys. Please do check out the website. I'm going to pin it to the top of live chat there. It's by our main man, Mr. Griffo Chaz. Shout out to you, Griffo. Thank you very, very much for putting the article in the chat. Yeah, so check out the website, guys. United flying high. Mr. Griffo Chaz getting on the case. They love to see it. Luan France, how you been? Get in there. Hey, guys, it's been a while. It has been a little while. How you doing there, Luan? Fantastic to see you. It's down to me also not doing that many United videos. I am going to get right back on it, guys. A couple a day, especially when the transfer windows opens, or if there's any breaking news. But we don't like to manufacture shite or talk about bullshit, hearsay, clickbait guff on this channel. We only talk about the major breaking stuff as and when it happens. So yeah, Luan, thank you so much for getting in here. Great to see you. Thank you for supporting the show, you legendess. Jonathan Gallagher says, what egos has Ten Hag managed? Jonathan, he's managed the ego that is Donny van der Beek, mate. This guy will throw his chewing gum out left, right, and centre if you're not careful. Hey, thank you very much for the like tally there, Rushmore. We've got 90 likes, only a few away from 100. That's great to see. Thank you, everyone, for smashing a thumbs up on it. You what, Griffo? Yeah, flight the clickbait mounts, precisely. Right, let's talk about this, guys. I want to get into the to this. This is well, so I don't know if you saw this earlier, guys, but there was some talk that Mason Greenwood would add it back to the Manchester United squad information on their website, and I went on the website, and he is indeed on there. But apparently, the confusion came from the fact that he was never actually removed from the desktop version of the website. So he was removed from like the app and stuff like that. So this is the situation. That's why people got confused. I don't know. There was some bullshit article that went around yesterday or something claiming that Mason Greenwood had been reinstated on the squads, you know, on the website or something like that, which wasn't the case. He had never actually been removed from it on the desktop version. So yeah, just to put that to bed, it is the same situation with Mason Greenwood, guys. Nothing has changed there. So this is what Samuel Luckhurst had to say a couple of hours ago. He said, on Mason Greenwood's profile, it was removed from the United app when he was removed from the squad in January to exclude him from interactive elements. His profile has always been listed on the desktop website as he's an MUFC player. Clubs say Greenwood's status hasn't changed. So there you go. Man United have released a statement to say that, you know, that the situation has not changed whatsoever. So in case people were wondering, oh, is this just being brushed under the carpet? You know, was it false, or, you know, whatever it may be? Is he just going to be brought back in? Well, that doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. It does seem like the situation's still the same. It's still, it's quite strange, isn't it? The investigations are going on behind the scenes. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if they're even, if anything's even being sort of, what's the word? You know, if they're looking to press any sort of charge. We don't know what sort of extent is going on right now. That's why there's an investigation taking place. And so until all that's done, until we do hear more from a legal standpoint, whether or not it's been decided, oh, this isn't being taken further from, you know, the victim's end, or this isn't being investigated further by the Great Manchester Police, or whatever it may be. Until we hear more about it, we can only just assume that the situation hasn't changed. If it turns out that he's been completely found innocent, then obviously the situation is going to change massively at Manchester United as well. If it turns out that he's been found guilty of anything, the situation is going to obviously change massively again at Manchester United. So there's so many different outcomes for this. It does depend on what happens from a legal standpoint, I think, mainly. Now, a lot of people will argue that Greenwood might never play for Manchester United again, even if he's found innocent, because, you know, if there's an alleged audio clip out there which is damning, then people won't want that sort of person representing your football club, right? But at the same time, there is that old thing which is true, innocent until proven guilty, and we have to let the courts and we have to let the police and the investigation and everything decide what happens in regards to his professional career. But I'm not going to get into, you know, should he play or should he not? We don't know 100% of the facts right now yet. Sin games, absolutely quite possible. Yeah, I mean, listen, we don't know. That's hearsay and speculation. We just don't know. Cadence, what's going on? No worries. How you doing there, Cadence? Thank you for getting in here. Good afternoon there as well, Mike Clegg. Thank you guys for getting in here. So just in regards to Mason Greenwood, guys, there is no change. There is no different situation. You may have heard that he's been added back to the website. That's all it is. It's just was not even a mistake. It was never removed from the desktop site. So that's the latest on Mason, in case you wondered. Still no more news about the whether it's a criminal case or a civil case at this point, or either or. We just don't know anything at this moment in time. So we'll give you that as and when it happens. Also, right, a little bit more news for you. This is Gash, by the way. Edinson Cavani, not at Carrington this morning, after he came off injured in Uruguay's win over Chile. Fred and Alex Tellers reported for training. So to this morning, no Edinson Cavani injured during Uruguay's win over Chile. What an injury-prone melt. No, he had a great season last season for us, Eddie Cavani. He really did. But yeah, we probably kept him one season too long in the end, didn't we? Actually, I mean, we needed him this year because of what's gone on. But really, yeah, really, he's just proven to be, yeah, it's just not worked out. It's not worked out this season because Ronaldo came in for a start as well, taking his mantle. But just as well he did, because even if he didn't, we wouldn't have seen Edinson Cavani fit enough for most of the time to be really putting up the numbers that we need for Manchester United. So it's a shame, but he has always been injury prone throughout his career, certainly towards the later years as well. That is a shame, but Edinson Cavani, not at Carrington, did not train, and he's probably going to go in the summer, isn't he? More than likely. Jaap Stam has been quoted as saying this, by the way, in regards to coaching Manchester United. He was quoted as saying, if they would ask me to take a coaching job, I would do it straight away without a doubt. Mate, we need to get Jaap Stam in there, mate, under Ten Hag, just crushing heads together. What's that, Harry Mcguire? What you on about, son? Oh, bosh. You know? Stick that dome on them, son. Anyway, yeah, fair enough. But Jaap Stam coaching, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of different coaches that are going to be linked to Manchester United now, especially if Ten Hag comes in. A lot of Dutch coaches. Even last week, Ruud van Nistelrooy was linked. We know that he's just accepted a job at PSV for the summer. So, listen, it's all speculation at this stage. We don't know until the new coach comes in who might be considered to be part of their backroom staff. Gary Neville has had his say on Sky Sports. He said that Manchester United do tend to sway with the wind, and the wind is towards Ten Hag. So I do think they will go with him. So the wind is with Ten Hag at the moment. You know, we're looking at the fan base. I mean, there's 136 of you legends in here. We asked you about a week ago what your opinion was. Let's just, who do you want? Let's just ask you. I'm not going to put anybody else in there. I'm just going to put Ten Hag and Pochettino in there. And he's absolutely right, really. The wind is swaying with Erik Ten Hag at this moment in time. It seems like he's got the most hype around him. He's got the most admiration for his playing style and his development of youth and what he's done with Ajax in the Champions League and the consistent sort of performances they put in the Champions League over the years as well. So for those reasons, he does seem to have the favour of the Man United fan base. But that's not the only factor. It does also massively depend on who from the Man United board, wants who. Man, I still can't get over that £50 super chat there from Rosh Mano. Get in there, you absolute don. So, let's just get into the live chat very quickly and see what your thoughts are in regards to Pochettino, Ten Hag. I've got a little bit more couple of pieces of information as well. Hey, we got 100 likes. Get in there, my son. Lovely stuff. Cool Homie says, Ten Hag for me. Poch can do one. 0121, do one, Poch. Good shout, Cool Homies. Yeah, me too. That's exactly how I feel. What do we want some bang average melt for? That's all we've really been able to sort of muster over the last few seasons. No disrespect to Ollie, no disrespect to Ollie whatsoever. But there's nobody. When Ollie got the job right, he did it based on the interim manager's job that he did, which was great. As an interim, when he was an interim, he got it based on that. But before that, his actual managerial CV was just like nowhere near what is needed to be Manchester United manager. If we're just being honest, I think Ollie did really well in his first 2 seasons at the club. Really well. Really, really well. But his CV, you can't say anything other than being at Molde and getting relegated with Cardiff is not enough to warrant you being Man United manager. And so, we need somebody that's got a little bit more about them in terms of Champions League pedigree, getting to a semi-final in the Champions League with a team that is shackled by the fact that they're just not a top league. Okay then, Cavani off anyway in June, says Rushmano. Cavani needs to go, says, yeah, absolutely Rushmano. Cavani is going in the summer on a free, so he's off the books. It's a shame that he's not necessarily going to play that much between now and the end of the season, but it might just be a little knock. He might feature a good bit and still have an important say in us getting top 4 or not. Sing Game says, what changed with our team? We were second last season. Okay, so I personally think a dynamic change within the team significantly. And also a lot of the players, I don't know, just seem to bottle job it as well, like from an individual mental point of view. I don't really know. It's hard to say. And also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was not given the key midfield that he needed, but he also didn't do himself any favours because he just played the Gash combo of McFred every single week and McTominay and Mcguire and Lindelof and just, he didn't help himself. But I think that when we needed to get the added quality in certain key positions, we didn't do it. We added it in the wrong positions. Maybe not the wrong positions, but we should have added it also in the key positions that we needed. We needed a central midfielder in that summer. We didn't get one. We did get Varane. That's a fantastic acquisition. We did get Sancho. Great one for the future. And we did get Ronaldo, which has also in some ways hindered us. Because as good as Ronaldo is, as a team, we haven't been as good. We weren't as good as a team after he came in. So I think the dynamic changed. I think you know, we just had two poor players in too many key positions that are important. You need a good spine. And we had a spineless spine with Slabby Mcguire at the back and McFred in the middle. It's hard to say, though. Who the fuck knows? It was just an implosion this season. Implosion. Yeah, Nate H. He says, we finished second with no fans. Not the same, says Nate H. Fair point. Okay, fair point. And also you can argue that there were other factors, like, for instance, Liverpool had a couple of key players injured, which is why they looked so gashed that season, why we actually did finish above them. And now they've addressed that with a bit of depth, and that probably won't happen again. But I know what you're saying. Either way, Ollie did do brilliantly that season. Either way you look at it, he did do brilliantly. Yeah, that's right, Singage. Ronaldo changed the dynamics. We never had the players on the same level. Maybe so, yeah. Maybe so. It did seem to almost overnight happen a bit like that, didn't it? Although saying that, Ronaldo's first game, he's bossed it, got his couple of goals against Newcastle, we're looking all good. It takes it is a team effort. It's a team effort, and obviously Ronaldo's a part of that team. And if the team was performing well behind him, I'm sure he would be smashing it, but they haven't dealt with the change in dynamic having to accommodate Ronaldo. That's the truth of it, isn't it? They had to change, they had to adapt because of Ronaldo, and it's not worked well. Yeah, the Vootinator, Gary Neville said on a poll of 200,000 people, 82% wanted Ten Hag over Poch. I wonder what it will be here. Yeah, well, it's 75% at the moment, Vooty. Very, very similar, very close. You can see the overriding majority of people would rather have Ten Hag. I think it's because of the potential he has. We know more so what we're going to get with Poch, I think. He is a bit of a yes man as well, but he can do it on a budget. He's also not got the experience of like winning things. And although the Dutch league is one thing, it's still some trophy. It's still some trophies, and he's having to, figure things out week to week, and he's in the Champions League putting in good displays. Yeah, here we go again with the agenda against CR7, says JR. I don't get it either, man. I just don't get it either, man. What is this agenda against CR7, by the way? And this isn't an agenda against CR7, by the way, because I think he's been, again, one of our most important players again this season. It's just the fact that for the team around him has just not been performing. And I think he has changed the dynamic of the team by coming in, because we've gone from, maybe having Bruno as more as the talisman there. You've also got other, it just seemed like it was a better team that season under Ollie before. A better team. Whereas it's been very disjointed and they haven't really had that same fluidity. I mean, Ronaldo struggled to get the service from the team. I don't blame Ronaldo half the time for his performances where he's not scored and stuff for Man United this season. The team's been crap around him. But the dynamic definitely changed with Ronaldo coming in. Erik Ten Hag update. Thank you, Rushman. Let's have a look at this, boss. Thank you very much for getting in here, my friend. Okay, Manchester United discussing costings to allow Erik Ten Hag to leave Ajax and to formally announce the appointment without impacting Ajax finish to the season. Wow, okay. That's quite interesting. So it looks like maybe with Man United discussing the options of bringing Ten Hag in early. We're also investigating the possibility of including Martial in the deal for Harry Kane this summer, apparently, as well. Dean Henderson also part of the deal for Kane, also possibly as well. Interesting. Erik Ten Hag has a clear way of playing and how he wants to play inside of Manchester United. His style will be the same as Ajax. That's from Fabrizio Romano. So that's quite interesting. A clear way of playing, how he wants to run the play inside of Manchester United. Similar sort of style to Ajax. Sounds good to me because I've enjoyed watching Ajax play. I mean, in regards to signings and transfers and things like that, I personally think Man United are not going to do too, there's links to this player, links to that player. This player might be going, this player might be going. I personally just don't think that's, unless the new manager's coming in the next week or two, which might happen, I don't see how any decisions on that can be made right now, because obviously the new coach has got to come in and assess. Plus, we have to get top 4 or 5th place yet first. That's a big indicator of who we're going to be able to sign. And it's also a big indicator of, who's going to want to come to us. We're talking about deals with maybe swapping Kane or this player, whatever. But in reality, we just don't know if we're going to actually be able to offer the players what they need at that stage, because we might not have Champions League football, etc. So we'll have to wait and see in regards to transfers. There is some other links with transfers, like Yuri Tielemans is on the list. He's priced around 25 million this summer. Leicester, he's only got 1 year left of his contract. He wants to play in the Champions League, and he's attracted a lot of interest from different clubs like Man United. But he really wants to play in the Champions League, and if Man United don't have Champions League football, and an offer comes in from a club that does have Champions League football, then Tielemans might go for them. So we need to just get Champions League football is what we need to do. That's what we need to do, because that's going to have a bigger decision on who and who will not come to us, I think. So there's lots of speculation. Another player, Nkunku, Nkunku, there's a lot of players, a lot of teams interested in him. City, Arsenal, PSG, Real Madrid, Liverpool. We're not going in for him at this moment in time, but there's so many different players linked. Right, guys, I'm going to get back in there. Hang on, we got another update here. The update was from 15 minutes ago. Oh, nice. Thank you very much for that, Rush Mono. So Erik Ten Hag has a clear way of playing how he wants to run the side. That's awesome. So yeah, Fabi Romano giving his opinions there. Love to see it. Love to see it. Bruno Fernandes has agreed a new contract. That's the big story, guys. It seems we're just waiting for an official announcement from the club. Right, I'm going to get into the live chat now, guys, for the Q&A. Thank you to everybody that's got in here today. Smash the like, smash the subscribe if you're new. Get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. We love hearing from you. I'm just going to stick around for another 5-10 minutes or so and have a bit of a Q&A with you absolute legends. But get yourselves involved with the chatter. Glazer's out always, says the Vutinator. It's World Cup year. All players want as much game time as possible, says Drew Who. What I'd do if I was Ten Hag is sell... match it and bring in Ryan Gravenberch. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Benjamin Bessemer. Great shout. Great shout. Benjamin Bessemer. There's a couple of different players that we may be seeing with the new manager coming in that could come in this summer. That one of those is Ryan Gravenberch. So good shout. Intensity bias comment. Slabby Mcguire needs to step down as captain. That's the best thing to do. Man, has there ever been a situation where a player's actually just voluntarily stepped down as captain? Just trying to think. Surely there has been for whatever reason, but I'm just trying to think. That would be awesome intensity bias, but I don't think he's going to do that, pal. Flabby G says 2022 United is not bigger than CR7, unfortunately. Without CR7, United could be mid-table right now, says Flabby G. Yes and no, boss. You just don't know. How do you know? Yes and no. If we never signed Ronaldo and signed a midfielder instead, we could be higher up in the league than we are now. Or if we just, there's just so many different variables, my son. How do you know? How do you know? Do you think if Ten Hag comes, he will count? It will stick with Mcguire, says JR. I think he'll give him a chance. Facts are, Mcguire's contracted for years. He's on big money. I think he'll give him a chance, especially if he's in earlier on before the end of the season. Also, definitely give him a chance. I personally hope that he would make the decision to rip him of the captaincy, though, take the captaincy from him. Even if he is going to play him, at least take the captaincy off him and give it to somebody who deserves it more. I mean, surely he's had an eye on what's been going on at Manchester United lately with all the links with him for the job. Hey, Rob says, hi, Pig. I was at first Poch in, but I'm now thinking that Ten Hag could actually be the main man to take us forward. Do you agree? Yes, I do agree, Rob, because of the style and his youth development and his potential. He also could not be. Like, time will only tell. That's the thing. Just because we're appointing Ten Hag and he's got all the great potential and a style about him and he's done what he's done at Ajax doesn't guarantee it's going to translate well to the Premier League. It is a footballing culture shock. It's a different animal altogether. And so for that reason, it's still going to be a tough task. It's the hardest job in football, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, to get Man United competitive. So, yeah, Rob, I think, yeah, it's definitely the right decision. I still have faith in him. I think if we do appoint him, he will do well. We need to give him time, but he's still going to have to prove his worth, just like anyone else. Gravenberch has Riola for an agent, says Nate H. Oh, no. Flabby says, fair point, Piggo. Thank you, Flabby G, lad. Piggy, looking forward to your watch along against us at Anfield. Nice one, Mike Clegg. We're going to smash you up, hopefully. I'm looking forward to it, too. Can't wait for the football to be back this weekend. Come on, give me a hell yeah in the live chat, everyone, because Man United Leicester this weekend. Come on. Q&A, besides Gravenberch, who out of the Ajax team would you like at United? Good question now. I'll ask that to the live chat, guys. What do you reckon? I think, Neres is pretty damn good, isn't he? I mean, there's a lot of... he doesn't even play there anymore, does he? Just realised, I think he moved. Yeah. He did, didn't he? But he was exciting last season. Who else is at their club at the moment, actually? But he might be a player linked, though, that Ten Hag might want to sign, right? So Ten Hag has a list of players that have come through Ajax. So there's players that have played for Ajax as well, like, let's say, De Jong at Barcelona. I think he's a midfielder that we could see come in just because of the experience that he's got with him. Players like De Ligt. Now, I don't know if these players are really going to be massively... obtainable, but they're players that Ten Hag I'm pretty sure would love to see come in at Manchester United. And then if you look at their current system, I mean, Gravenberch stands out for me. There's a bunch of other good players. Anthony is the winger that I was thinking of, actually. Anyway, hello, Pig. Who's gone on? Hell yeah, Ajax wants some small clubs, says Stefan. They're not some small club, but they're also not a huge club, are they? That's why they lose their best players when they develop them, such as De Jong and such as De Ligt and Donny van der Beek and these, well, maybe not Donny, but you know what I mean? Like, that's why they can't keep all their best players, because they are not a huge club. They are a big club. They're a massive club in terms of the Netherlands. But because of the ceiling that there is on Dutch football, they're never going to be as big a club as a Real, Barca, Man United, you know, that type of side. It's just not possible. Anthony, yes. Hello, Pig. What's going on? Hell yeah, Ajax aren't some small club. You would honestly take Alvarez, the defensive mid. He's a shithouse, says Nate H. Hag is still a bit unknown, though. Will we get the backing to compete at top level? I don't think Pep could get this team playing well. I do, actually. I personally think Pep could get this team playing well with a bit of time. I personally do, yeah. Pep is a great coach. I think, look, he's a bit unknown. Would he get the backing to compete at the top level? Very good question, Seeing Games. Would he get investment? Would he get the backing? Well, really what United need to do this summer is spend 150 million. We really do. There's going to be 6 or 7 players going out. Lingard, Martial, Pogba, Bailly, you know, Matic, Mata, you know, a few other players as well. We need new personnel coming in. So really, whoever comes in, they have to invest in them, in my opinion. Thank you for subscribing there, Pitone Equai. Mr. Pig, can you have Steve Bruce if you like, please? Rashford update, says Rushmano. What's this, lad? Okay. Fabrizio Romano quotes here as saying, from 5 UK speaking to Rio Ferdinand, I guess, is this? I'm not too sure, but it says Marcus Rashford and United are not even negotiating any contract at the moment. It's up to Marcus. He is waiting for the manager. Fair enough. Don't want him to sign a new contract at this moment in time. Anyway, he's got to prove his worth to the club first before even discussing a new contract, I think. I mean, Bruno has been hit and miss this season, but Rashford's just been straight up miss this season, straight up gash this season. So he's in no position to really, negotiate a new contract anyway. But as you said, yeah, you have to wait for a new coach to come in anyway. Like I said many times in regards to transfers, players who we could keep, players who we could sell, players who might get a new contract, who might not get a new contract. Really, most of it's going to happen when the new coach is in. Okay, Bruno Fernandes is maybe a special circumstance because he's just such a great player for us. But yeah, most of the decisions surely have to be made when the new coach is at least knows that he's coming. He can make a phone call and say, hey, yeah, get Bruno signed up to a new deal. But surely he has to know that he's coming first, So, yeah. Get in there. Kashev Chandan says, Pig, Barca are back now to their playing style now. Not sure De Jong will want to join our shy group. Hey, I feel you, Kashev Chandan saying. I'm not so sure either. But if we did get top 4, we did have Champions League football and the offer was there. I know Barca did take a big loan as well, didn't they? So maybe they're not such in a financial position where they had to sell off so many players, etc. But still, though, they might want to do some business there. There's business to be had. We have some players also that they might want that we don't necessarily want as well. There are some big players at Manchester United that we could use as a negotiation, tool. Got you Sabio 94 icon moments and another 95 Yashin icon moments and Alexander and Marcin and Dembele new card. Get in there, top-notch Tom. The Devil's TV, hello there, says, hi, I hope we get Erik Ten Hag and not Poch. Me too, mate. I'm going to echo that same sentiment. I'm going to end the live poll there as well. Look at that, 109 votes. The live chat has spoken. As you can see there, 83% of the live chat would rather have Erik Ten Hag compared to Pochettino. So I think that's pretty definitive, guys. As Vutinator said, Gary Neville did a poll on his Twitter to hundreds of thousands of people the other day, and it was a similar sort of figure. I think maybe it was 83 or 85%, whatever it was, want Ten Hag. So there you go. The audience has spoken. Yeah, Stefan says, when you go into Amsterdam, apart from the red light district, all you see is Ajax, and more Ajax. If they would have kept their best players over the years, they could have 6 to 8 UCLs. I mean, Stefan, isn't that a bit of a mental comment that you've just made, though? I mean, that's like saying when you go into Eindhoven, all you see is Eindhoven shirts. When you go into Liverpool, all you see is Liverpool and Everton shirts. When you go to Manchester, all you see is Manchester United, Manchester City shirts. Ajax is in Amsterdam, mate. I know what you're saying, though. They're a huge club over there, right? They are. Kesha says, Pig, you just inspired a new name for Marcus. It's Marcus Gashford. There's nothing new about that. I've been calling him that for a long time. Oh, dear. You absolute legend, though. Gets in there. I know what you're saying, Stefan. Ajax is a huge club. And actually, Ajax has had European... they've won the Champions League before, haven't they? Yeah, they have. Ajax Champions League. I think they've won it a couple of times. Let me just double check, because I don't like saying stuff that are wrong. Yep, 1995. No, wait. Yeah, they've won it multiple times. Back in the day. Hold on. So, let me just find the Informazione here. Where's this information? So they won it in 1995, guys. 1995 for a start. That's the most recent time that they won it, okay? Ajax beat AC Milan, which was a great AC Milan side back in that era, by the way, as well. In the Champions League final in 95 in Vienna. Louis van Gaal was in charge of the Dutch side that announced themselves. Get in there, Louis van Gaal, lad. Yeah, and also it featured players like Edwin van der Sar, Mark Overmars, and Kanu. Interesting, man. So, yeah, in case you wonder when the last time they won it was, 4 times in their history, and the last in 1995. So they are a huge club, but it just in recent years, obviously, the Eredivisie is tough to compete with the top leagues in Europe, such as the Spanish League or the Premier League. But as a club, you're absolutely right. In terms of their history, I mean, they've got more Champions Leagues than Manchester United do. So, say what you want about them, but you can't really take that away. They've got more than United. There you go, Stefan. 3 times on the trot in 71, 72, 73. Wow, what an era there. 3 times in the 70s, says the Vutinator. Beautiful. And once in 95. Pretty impressive stuff. When does Mason Greenwood come back to play, says Robert? Nobody knows, mate. We just have to wait and see, really. Yeah, there was some news or there's some reports to say that he would been added back to the squad on the website, but it's just that he's not removed it. Thank you, Rushmana. Subscribe to the channel. Takashi says, why isn't Manu going for Tchouaméni instead of chasing Rice? It will be all right for Tchouaméni. It's different levels. I think because he's a homegrown player. United seem to... We always have that core of English players, and I think that is correct. That is right. We should do that as a football club. But you shouldn't be signing players just because of that. Like, I feel like we're sticking with Harry Maguire now just because he's English. And we want to have a homegrown spine. Will Perplex, I've just been a little bit unwell last few days, my friend. Just feeling a bit gash, but I'm back at it now. Back to 100%, mate. Going in there raw. But anyway, guys, I've got to wrap this up because I'm actually going to do a little video with my mate John Shin in a little bit. You know, John Shin. Just going to go and do a show with him. So it's not live or anything. It's a pre-recorded thing. But shout out to John Shin. But yeah. So I've got to go and do that. But thank you very much for everyone who's getting in here today. Really, really appreciate you getting in here. Nearly 125 likes on the stream. Pretty damn good, lads. Considering we haven't done a United news stream for a while and there hasn't really been that much news. But there you go. Bruno Fernandes, new contract, soon to be unveiled by Manchester United. It's going to be announced anytime soon. As and when it does, we'll let you know, obviously, if there's any more breaking news and stuff. But as of now, we've got the here we go confirmation from Fabrizio, which usually means, you know, it's done. That he has signed a new 2-year contract extension to keep him contracted to the club until 2027 on a reported somewhere between £200,000 to £250,000 a week contract. Yes, John Shin says, talk of you, shout out to the man. Chalice, brother, get in there. Yeah, nice one. Hey, get in there, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. That's it from me then. Stefan, Brownie, Keshav, Will, Rushmano, Talking You, Takashi, 0 Degrees, Reaper. Rushmano, thank you so much again for your incredible support and all the updates throughout the show, mate. John Shin on Mutual saying Fred is decent. Told you, John, says Rushmano. City Scummers, whereas going for talents over English players only. Okay, fair enough. I mean, we are one of the top clubs over the years of the Premier League. I think we've always had an English core, so you can't really say anything other than that about us. But still, it's not quite where it should be right now. So that's why I think we're looking at signing a couple more English dudes as well, because that is important to the history of this football club, is to have that English core of players as well. Yes, absolutely, Chrissy J and Gungshi. FIFA later on tonight, guys. Keep a lookout about 11ish, 11:30 p.m. UK time. We'll be in there. Elliot Manduna says Ten Hag in. I'll leave it there then. Get your thoughts in at the end of the stream. Ten Hag or Poch? Let me know. That's it for now. Do smash a like before you go. Hit that subscribe if it's your first time here. Click the little bell icon so you get notified when we post and go live. Have your say. After this video is finished as well, come back when it's finished and get in the not live comments about anything we've discussed in this. Keep the debate going with the legends. Poch, Hag, Ten Hag, Ten Poch. Nice one, dudes. Have a great day. You can follow the website, as you can see at the top of the live chat, Griffo Chaz, pinned article at the top. Go and read that. Go and show some love. Go and smash a like over there. Check out the website, unitedflyandhigh.com. There it is in the top of the live chat. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok. And that's it. We'll give you the latest breaking news as and when it comes. Cheers, Gungshi. Cheers, Jack. Cheers, Stefan, JR, Rush Mono, all the legends. Have a great day. I'll be back later on with more content as well, so keep a lookout. Keep yourself locked. Have a great day, guys. And come on, United, sort your bloody lives out now. Bye, guys. Soon.